is all-pervading. The 40th to the 46th shlokas are going to discuss why we have to meditate on Atma in spite of knowing that Atman is all-pervading. Shloka 40 points out that the multiplicity of form, shape, and actions appear in our minds. The sadhaka who has realized the Paramartha or supreme existence certainly has some experience and understanding that reality is one and is everywhere while still being the phenomenal world. This is the unique understanding of Vedanta. Vedanta says that you do not have to go out of this body or this world to experience this reality. All these transcendental stages are there in the mind. In reality, from the viewpoint of Atma, there are no stages. Therefore, he says, Paramarthavit, one who has realized the truth as it is. Then, when we realize the ultimate cause, then there is no effect apart from that cause because we know that the vessels are not different from the clay. The sadhaka realizes that only his understanding changes. However, this understanding is special because he understands what reality is. That is realization. Then he experiences his own reality as infinite consciousness, Paripurna Chidananda. That was always his nature, and now he has realized that. This is the root of self-realization, and it remains always. In Shloka 41, Acharya ji says, say that this is the experience of knowledge because the knowledge we know has three parts. Jnata, the knower, Jnanam, knowledge, Neyam, known. These three distinctions are not there in Atma. So here, Bhagavad Padar is trying to indicate that in this non-dual stage, contemplation of non-dualism is achieved. This is Swarupa Jnanam. We have two kinds of knowledge, Vritti Jnanam and Swarupa Jnanam, our experience without any object. We are so used to Vritti Jnanam and the process of Jnanam that we do not recognize that what is happening is knowledge. That Jnanam is veiled by our own improper understanding. The process of knowledge is not there because Atma is consciousness, bliss itself. We do not say consciousness of self. It is knowledge itself. In this stage, you will lose your identity as a human being. Only Chidananda remains, and you cannot claim your identity. It has no quality of change. After this sadhana, the reality remains the same, but the understanding changes. Acharya ji says that this is the contemplation of non-dualism. We have to remember this theory of Vritti Jnana and Swarupa Jnana. Because in our normal studies, we do not talk about jnana as two separate things. Vritti jnana is knowledge with the process of knowledge. In Swarupa Jnanam, there is no process. It is knowledge itself. Swarupa Jnanam, we do not have to do anything. The meditation talked about in the 40th and 41st shloka are different from what comes after this. Shloka 42 discusses how we can remain in that state. Swamiji told us about Arani Manthana or churning of Arani that is famous in the Upanishads. The continuous nature of contemplation is emphasized here, and Swamiji explained how this can be done. No effort is required in this meditation. You have to understand that Atma is always with consciousness. You are accepting it and understanding that I am there with this. This is how it should be done. As a result of this, the flame of knowledge, which is experienced now, will burn all the fuel of ignorance into ashes. The one and only ignorance is the unawareness of Atma. That ignorance is burnt by the fire of knowledge. We should accept the reality. Accepting reality and doing something are two different things. If you are accepting it, then there is no need to bring anything from outside. You are that, and there is nothing we can bring from outside. Shloka 43 says how the Atma manifests itself after ignorance is removed. This is elaborated with the example of sunrise that is famous in Vedanta. Swamiji explained this with Arunodaya and Suryodaya. In Arunodaya, the density of the darkness, tamas, is destroyed. And in Suryodaya, the objects are seen clearly, meaning that the knowledge is clear. Real knowledge is experienced in Suryodaya. The meditation here is on sunlight, which is done with the first rays of the sun. When we meditate on light, the mind gets concentrated easily. This is how Atma is manifested. No sadhana is needed to bring the Atma into existence. Therefore, it is said in Vedanta, Praptasya Prapti. We realize that Atma, that is realized. We realize that Atma, that is already realized. We attain that Atma, that is already attained. Swamiji pointed out that this may seem confusing. You have already attained and now you're going to attain. In Kathopanishad, it is said, Vimuktasya Vimuchyate. Vimuktasya means one who's already realized. So, the realized person is realizing. Also, being Brahman, he attains Brahman. Brahma San Brahmapyate. The reason that we say this is that there is a rule, Yat Kritam Tat Anityam. What is manifested or what is produced will die. This realization of Atma is that Atma is not produced or attained and must be ever existing is what is said in the 44th shloka. Because of avidya, we think that Atma is not attained. Because if it is already attained, you have only to change your mind and remove this ignorance. Just to accept that Atma is already attained. Atma tu satatam prapto. Only Vedanta can say this. All other philosophies say, come to me and learn about Atma. Vedanta says that there is no need to go anywhere. Atma is there everywhere and is ever existing. And you already have the realization. But you have no awareness of that realization. You have not realized that you are realized. This can be done by understanding that ignorance is not an object or an action that can be removed. All that has to be done is accept Atma, the self, as the self. Then it is said that when that ignorance is destroyed, then it is praptavat, or say that I have achieved it. When there is no ignorance, you feel that Atma is achieved. With the example of Swakandhabharana Yatha, it is said that this is like searching for a necklace that is already on you. And which is already with us. Atma is always experienced, but that experience is neglected by the wrong experience of body-mind complex. Ignorance has all these avarana and vikshepa powers. Therefore, you are Brahman, and being Brahman, you achieve Brahman. The experience of Brahman is not the result of any action or knowledge. It is beyond that. It is already there. That is how Vedanta reveals the study of Atman. It is our own experience. Try to contemplate on this. This is beyond words. Swamiji concluded with this. Hari Om Swamiji. Over to Swamiji.
Shruti Smriti Puranam Malayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Bhatara Sutra Bhashya Krito Vande Bhagavando Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Tibheta vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Shri Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Tapopikshena papanam shandanam vidaraginam mumukshunam apekshyoyam Atmabodho bhidhiyate. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Namo Narayana to all. Very welcome. Now we have entered to the most important piece of Atmabodha. Shankara Bhagavatpadaji's style of teaching. How he takes us to the level of the ultimate knowledge, the step-by-step process. Of course, he is very famous in this. He can take our mind to that depth and that subtle level. Now, what we have discussed many important points, many aspects of Brahman, and along with that, we have learned few meditation techniques of Vedanta, which is very useful because this knowledge, as you know, this is not just a knowledge or bundle of informations. It's a reality. It can be practiced. It can be experienced directly. And once you experience this, so then there is no Shastra, no Shasta, nothing. It means when you experience this, the scriptures are not different from you. The teachings are not different from you, and the teacher is not different from you, and the words are not different from you, and you are one with all this. All this duality disappears. This is the speciality of this Shastra. Now, as we know, we had discussed before that how this misunderstanding or non-understanding takes us to make all these tragedies, we are experiencing all these problems. And we fall in such a condition that we are unable to recognize that, or we are not knowing what is happening around us. So this is because of self-ignorance, not knowing what is what is the nature of self. So through ignorance, Brahman become, the all-pervading Brahman become Jiva. So now, how Jiva become Jiva? If you ask Vedanta, Vedanta will say there is no entity called as Jiva. You did is, you made the all-pervading Brahman, you individualized your consciousness and endowed with all attributions. There is no individuality. So you made all-pervading consciousness individual. You individualized the all-pervading consciousness. This is the blunder. This is the mistake what we have done. So with another instance, Acharya is talking about that. The 45th shloka. Sthano purushavadbhrantya krita brahmani jivata jivasya tattvike rupe tasmin drishte nivartate. He is so simple in these matters. No, you can see his words. He says how this consciousness become jiva. Bhrantya krita brahmani jivata. Bhrantya, because of delusion, because of superimposition, you made Brahman as jiva. This is the special ability you have. You can make anything. You will change the reality into unreal, and you can change the unreal into real. This special ability we all have. You know what that ability is? A special quality. We can make everything. We have this superimposition, we have this delusion, this misunderstanding, this wrong understanding. And as you know, with the wrong understanding, you can make everything. You will make your life, hell of the all system you can change. What hell you make, we don't know. It's a special quality. And this special quality is called jiva. Nothing else. No, this body is not jivatma. We know it. And the mind is also not jivat. Mind is an instrument of jivat. Body is an instrument of jivat. And all these sense organs, instruments of jivatma. Now, who is this? Who is this person? Who is this person who is making all this? So, Bhrantya Krita Brahmani Jivata. Only this individual Jivatma can make this This is not possible even with the God. God cannot make this. God cannot make real into unreal and unreal for real. God cannot make it, but you can make it. So you will make it. So Bhrantya Krita Brahmani Jivata. So you see, if you don't have this delusion, this misunderstanding, your life would have been something else. You cannot enjoy this world. Now you are enjoying because you have this delusion as a quality. So Bhrantya Krita Brahmani Jivata. Jivata means individuality. So you have individualized the all-pervading Brahman, all-pervading God. Now God is suffering. God is suffering with you because you have endowed God with so many qualities, so many attributions. Those are not there in God. God is wondering, oh, what hell he is making for me. So this is what is happening. Now, if you can make even God like this, now what about others? And this is what is called samsara. First you make God into hell, and then then everything is there. Yeah. Jivasya tattvike rupe. Then Acharya says, okay, you made all these problems. Now, if you want to get rid of this, know what you are. Know the self. So, jivasya tattvike rupe tasmin drishte nivartate. Only by knowing jiva's real nature, the reality of jiva, tattvika. By knowing that, one can get rid of all this samsara, all these problems what we experience. So there is no destruction. You are responsible for that. If you want to get rid of this, so please do it. Please try to understand yourself. So you have covered, enveloped yourself with this ajnanam, is this ignorance. Now this ajnanam can be removed by yourself, only by yourself. So Bhrantya Krita Brahmani Jivata Jivasya Tattvike Rupe Tasmin Drishte Nivartate. Now, to know what is the nature of Jiva, who am I? To know that, one has to have a thorough knowledge of Shastras. No other way. Nobody will tell you that you have made the consciousness into trouble. Now you are facing those troubles. You want to get rid of that. This is all false. It's all delusion. Nobody will tell you in the world. They will say, you get treated. You have this problem, you have some mental problem, you have some physical problem, you go and get some treatment. That's what they are going to say. They will not say you have misunderstood yourself, therefore you are having all these problems. So you please try to understand yourself. Nobody will say this is not considered as a remedy for this. Now only Vedanta can say this. Vedanta is announcing this, that you are responsible for your problems. You attributed so many things into yourself which is not you. Therefore, sit in one place and meditate and remove one by one. Remove that envelopment and experience the reality. So, tasmin drishte nivartate. Now, for this, Acharya is bringing one famous example. Sthano purushavat bhrantya. So, we have one rope snake example, which is very famous. Similar to that, we have another example. Sthano purushavat bhrantya. Sthanu means the stump of a cut tree. It's called a sthanu. A piece of the bottom of that tree, which has been cut. The stump of that or post of that. So the shape of that looks like a man. No? So in that case, there is no sufficient light, enough light. So half light and no, in that maybe something like full moon day, when you look out, so that stump is seen there, the cut tree, the bottom of that tree. Then you may mistake for a man. You may think that is a man. Somebody is standing there. A thief is standing there. Or some people who has the fear of ghost fear. Then they will think the ghost is standing there. Now the ghost is moving. Oh, it's coming towards me. And all the story will come this day. But it's just sthanu. Sthanu. Sthanu means in Sanskrit, which stands still, is called sthanu. Which is stands still, standing there. The sthano purushavat bhrantya, the stump of a tree is mistaken for a man, and then he or she is crying and getting fear, and then whatever all reactions are there. So this is bhranti. It's a mistaken. Is this a mistake? It's a wrong understanding. The sthano purushavat bhrantya Tirtha brahmani jivata. So therefore, there is no jiva. Only Brahman is there. The jiva is not different from Brahman. And you may ask, if jiva is Brahman, how can jiva create this world, this empirical world, which what we see? You see, you are the creator in your dream. You are creating everything in your dream, and you are the creator, and you are the enjoyer, and you are the actor. All of you. Nobody else really there. So if you can do all those in your dream, In a cosmical level, it can happen in this creation as well. So this world is created by mind. Why we say that? Manaso hi amani bhave dvaidam nevo palabhyate. I told you, the mind is the creator of this world. It means my world is created by my mind. When I think about this world, for me, the world is there. And I experience the world. When I sleep, when I fall asleep, there is no world for me because my mind is sleeping. Therefore, this mind makes all these wonders. And you see, the mind itself is an instrument for consciousness. Mind is reflecting the consciousness and creating this world, all these phenomena. So this world phenomenon is not different from you in any cause. In all aspects, you are the world. You are the creator. You are the enjoyer. So until you accept outside objects, the objects are there for you. If you are not accepting it, the object will change. Or sometime before, the person was your best friend, and that friend was giving you, where friend was giving so much of enjoyment. But after some time, your mind changed. Now that person is no more a friend, but an enemy. Now the same person with same shape and same attitude giving you suffering. Now, what changed? The matter, the material cause of that person is the same. The matter is the same. Energy is the same. And the shape of the person is the same. Everything is the same. What changed? Your mind changed. You are also the same. The material cause, because your body mass is the same. Body shape is the same. Yes, you have changed your mind. With some reason, there may be reasons. So, this is the wonder of mind. If you change this, you think that I am that pure consciousness. Whatever happens within me, all this appearance is within me. Yastu sarvani bhodanyatmanneva anupashyati sarvabhuteshu jatmanam tato na vichugupsate. This is what Ishavasya says. So all this what appears in front of you is not different from your consciousness, and the consciousness outside is not different from your own consciousness. In and out, everywhere the same consciousness. The next shloka says, Tattvaswarupanubhavat utpannam jnanamanchasa aham mamedi jnanam badhate dikramaadivat. Now, when this knowledge is going to reveal me the Atman, the consciousness, you may ask. Because for so many days you are studying this Atmabodha, you studied Tattvabodha, now Atmabodha. You may ask, when I am going to realize, when I am going to get that knowledge which you are talking about. No? How you know you realized or not? You have any idea? If I say you have realized, how you are going to deny it? You never thought about, because you think we are not going to realize in this birth. Only after Atmabodha we will think about that. In between it's not possible. That is what we are thinking. So you cannot answer it, because you have conditioned that if you get the realization also, you will not accept that you realized. If I say you have realized the Atman, how you know that? How you can accept that, or how you can deny that? This is very important to know. Because Acharya says, Tattva Swarupa Anubhavat Utpannam Jnanam Anjasa Bhathate Ajnanam. Because in all other scriptures they say you have to do sadhana for so many years, long years. And then when you purify your mind, or your mind transcends all these levels, then one day that special day will come, and in that day you will get the darshan, the experience of Atma. Now all this long story. Now what do you think? You will think, no, I can't get this knowledge if I am there in my, if I am here in my home, I can't get it, because I can't transcend my mind. My mind is there in that, in this level. How can I get it? So this is what Acharya says, Tattva Swarupa Anubhavat. Tattva Swarupa Anubhava. The experience of that reality, that consciousness, Atma. So when you experience that Atma, immediately that knowledge will remove ajnanam, ignorance. So there is no gap. As soon as, or we can say, when you realize, then itself you experience the Atma. That is the time your mind is beyond this world of experience. So this world of experience, in this condition, in this level, is not different from you. So now you are thinking that my experience of this world is different from my own self. So this world is outside. I am separate from that. I am the experiencer of this world. Therefore, I have some relation with this world. So, Tattva Swarupa Anubhavat. Now, I will tell you the secret. So, how you know that you have experienced the Atma or not? If you have experienced the Atma, then you will not have sorrow. You will not have any kind of fear related to body and mind. And you will not see yourself different from others. At least you will not feel that. The seeing means you will see your body and others' body separate and all those, but you will not feel I am different person from others. So that is the experience. If you have this experience, then you have realized. So now you think about this. You have this experience or not? You are feeling something like this or not? So try to remove this bondage by this meditation, that you are not different from your reality, your consciousness is not different from others. It cannot be. So there is aham mamayati ajnanam badhate. So I and mine, this is the appearance of ignorance. So here Acharya says this I and mine will disappear when that knowledge of reality, tattva jnana, appears. And that's also jnanam anjasa. Anjasa means instantly, immediately. After this knowledge, there is no sadhana. You don't have to wait for the result. The knowledge and result at the same time. When the knowledge is there, the result is experienced. Like when you taste ice cream, as soon as the ice cream touches your tongue, the taste buds, they give the experience of taste immediately. There is no time gap. Similarly, here, when you experience the experience and knowledge and the result of the knowledge at the same time, right there. So no chance for, there is no chance for waiting. So why they say this? Because after the knowledge of this experience, if you have to wait, then it means you have to perform something more to assure that you got the knowledge. It is interesting. But in this case, there is no need for any proof. There is no need for any assurance. Nobody will come and say that you have realized. You will know from your own experience that I have experienced. So this is aham mama, I and mine. This is the ajnanam badhate Digbhramadivata. Dik means directions. Brahma means confusion. The confusion regarding directions. No, when you travel, no, these days there is no much chance of confusion because we have Google Map. So you can, from wherever you are, you can just see Google Map, and there is no chance of confusion. But in those days, if you travel to one place to another place, if you are in the middle of some city, you don't know directions, east, west, north, and where should I go, where should I move. So no idea. Like if you enter into a thick forest, if there is no chance of getting sunlight inside, no, that thick, then there is chance of confusion. We had many experiences of this, because when we go for trekking and walking from here, we travel around Himalayas. We had many experiences of this confusion of directions, because in those places even Google Map doesn't work, because the mobile and this network, nothing is there. So then we had such experiences, and it's so terrible that people will cry, they loudly, break their head, was all troubles. They don't know what to do, and they abuse each other, and then they may fight each other. Why? Because nobody is ready to take the responsibility. And why it happened? People say, why we came over here? We are going to die. No, when you know you are going to die, it's terrible. All character changes. No, we have experienced it. So this is very dangerous, this Digbhrama, the confusion of directions. So when you get the right knowledge of directions, you know from which direction sun rises. So if you get one direction, the other directions can be decided. Similarly, if you get that experience, that flash of experience, tattva jnana, then you know for what you are living, what is your life, what is the reality of life. You will experience all that, and you feel, I am complete. There is completion in me. I am fully satisfied with my own experience. This is me. I don't need anything. I don't need anybody. So I am complete. So this is what we call as krita kritya. So in that, this jnani who has this experience, then what he feels, the vision of a jnani who realized Brahman. Now the next sloka is describing that. Samyak vijnanavan yogi swatmanyevakhilam jagat ekam cha sarvamatmanam ikshate jnana chakshusha. Now he has got the eye of wisdom, eye of knowledge. So jnana chakshusha. Now his vision changed. His perception changed. His mind changed. So you can also do this. As I said, if you can change your mind, you will not see any problems. The whole problem, what we see, is because of our mindset. If we could change our mindset, the problem is solved. Otherwise, in case if you are unable to do that, you cannot solve the problem. Problems will come one after another, and you will be solving it forever. All life you will be solving it. There is no end for problems. So therefore, try to change this. Whether it is related to body, whether it is related to outside objects, whether it related to friends, whether it related to family, the problems are there within you. It is because of because of your mind. So samyak vijnanavan yogi, the yogi who has realized that truth completely, very well, very complete. Samyak vijnanavan means he has experienced it completely. It means we have already discussed this. So without any doubt, free from all doubts. Now he has no doubts on this. And no contrary knowledges. It's called viparita jnana, samshaya jnana and viparita jnana. So when we get some sort of knowledge, some sort of experience, we may have some doubt. Is it true or no? I don't know. So this doubt may come. There is a chance of doubt. So this knowledge, samyak vijnanavan, for this experiencer, he has experienced that knowledge, that reality with a firm understanding, which is free from doubt, which is free from contrary knowledges, opposite thoughts. So viparita jnana, viparya jnana. Viparya jnana, for instance, you may think, I am in this body, every day I am getting up and eating and doing and sleeping and everything is going on. How I become Brahman, how I experienced Brahman. What is there? I am the same person. So this contrary knowledge will arise. So therefore, First, one has to open up the mind. Open the mind with all the bondages. Release it. Free the mind. Free from all conditions. Free from all what you gained as knowledge. Just free of. There is no action, no reaction. So then think about one's own self. The Samyak Vijnanavan Yogi, Swatmanyeva Akhilam Jagat. He sees all this entire world in himself. If you try to do, this is too difficult for you. The whole world, the entire world in you, how can you think about it? But this is his experience. The Swatmani eva akhilam jagat. So he thinks this world is not different from me. The entire world is a manifestation of my own consciousness. It's my manifestation. I manifested in as the world. So when you think this, when you feel this, there is no chance of fear. There is no chance of hatred. There is no chance of different experiences. You will not wait for any other experiences. Any other experience from outside us. Because you know this is produced by me only. This is coming from me. The Swatmani eva akhilam jagat. In his own self, he sees the entire world. Ekam ja sarvamatmanam. Ekam ja sarvamatmanam. He sees his own self, ekam ja, as one, sarvamatmanam. All the individual selves, all the individual jivatmas, they are all in me. Ikshate jnana satchuta. So, what would be his experience? The sage who experienced this loves the whole world as his own self, and as Ishavasya says, cannot injure anyone, cannot trouble anyone, because you will not trouble you. You cannot make trouble for you. You may make trouble for others. The people will say you are a troublemaker. But you won't say that I am a troublemaker for me. Therefore, the sage, this experiencer, realized person will love the whole world as his family or his own self. So then, ekam ja sarvamatmanam ikshate jnana chaktusha. This is the supreme experience. Now, this person is seeing his consciousness which pervades everywhere. Is not only in him but everywhere the same consciousness. So ekam ja sarvamatmanam ikshate jnana chakshusha. So this way he has reached the ultimate reality with the knowledge of scriptures, which helped him to reach this point of experience. Then what he sees, what is his what is the experience of that oneness, the oneness of Atma and oneness of universe. Atme vedam jagat sarvam atmano nyatna vidyate mrido yadvad ghatatini swatmanam sarvamikshate. The same idea is repeated with another concept. Atme vedam jagat sarvam. The Upanishad says the cause and effect, whatever you see, is Atma only. This phenomenal world is nothing but Atma. You are part of that. Atma eva idam jagat. So Atme vedam jagat ishavasyam idagum sarvam. The God pervading as one existence. Only God exists. We don't say God exists in this world or world exists in God, but we say only God exists. There is no world, no entity other than God. This is the Atma eva idagum sarvam. Now, your experience may differ from my experience, but the experience of consciousness will not differ from others. It's the same. There's only one experience. That is Atme vedagum sarvam. Atme vedam jagat. Sarvam atmano anyadna vidyate. You can't find a tiny part different from you. Even a molecule is different from you. This virus, these bacteria, all are there in you. Even coronavirus, it's also in you only. It's not different from you. It's a different appearance. So Atme vedakam jagat sarvam atmano anyad na vidyate. The entire world is within you, and other than the Atma, nothing exists. Anyad na vidyate. How it's possible? Because you already know this theory of cause and effect. The effect is not different from cause. Without cause, there is no existence for effect. Therefore, effect is untrue, unreal, and cause is real. The Atme Vedagam Sarvam. That is reality. Mrito yad vad ghatatini swatmanam sarvamikshate. Pan, pots and potteries are from that clay. Pan, pots and potteries are not different from clay. These are existing in clay, therefore they are not different from clay. Similarly, the all existence, because when we say existence, existence is Atma. The whole existence is in Atma, therefore Atme Vedagum Sarvam. Obviously, you will not have any desires, because know what you can desire. You are everywhere. Your consciousness is everywhere. You are not going to get something special. You may eat some food and may sit for meditation or sit in a quietude. That's all. Or if you are working also, your mind will be relaxed, untouched with the reactions of that work, what you are doing. So the action and reaction is within mind, and this experience is beyond the mind. Therefore, mind cannot change this experience. This is another test, another proof for this. As we know, our mind, if in good mood, we experience some good feelings. And after some time, mind changes, mind get another mood, mind is moved out. So then that knowledge, that experience is unreal, because that's the experience in mind. But this experience of Atma beyond mind, hence mind cannot make any difference. Mind will fail to make any difference. So, Swatmanam sarvamikshate. So it's not just an idea, or it's not just a concept. This is the experience. This is the last experience which you will have. After this, you will not have any desires for it, any other experience. This experience is so delight that it will stay in you, stay within you, and you will not leave this experience. So, mrito yadvat ghadatini swatmanam sarvamikshate. This is the oneness of Vedanta experience. This is the universal oneness experience, self-experience, Atmajnana. So here you are the experiencer. Remember this. You are the experiencer. You are the experience. You are the experienced, the object of experience. Therefore, you cannot describe this. The experiencer can describe the experience, but the experience and the experiencer and the experienced is the one and the same. How can you describe that? It's impossible. Now, the sweet cannot describe the sweetness of sweet. Now, who is going to describe that? If you consume sweet, then you can describe that. This is sweet. This is how I experience. But the fire cannot describe the heat of the fire, or fire on experience the heat of the fire, because fire itself is heat. Now, how fire is going to experience the heat? It's not possible. Now you see, you may ask, because fire has no mouth to say what fire is experiencing, therefore it will not say. No, it's not the case. Again, we go to deep sleep. Yeah, in deep sleep, you are there, no? You are there in deep sleep. So you are experiencing something. No, you alone is there. You alone are there. Then who is the experience? What you are experiencing? And the experiencer and the experienced is the same. Therefore, in that state, you can't describe, and you are not experiencing something that you see separate from you. So only the experiencer is there. Sat Chit Ananda, Satchidananda is there. Therefore, it is impossible. You are unable to describe that experience. Not only in that deep sleep, but also wherever you experience such a deep level of experience, the emotional experiences. You are there. You are experiencing it. You are the experiencer. You are the experienced. So now, how can you say that somebody is wrong, somebody is right, and this is wrong, this is right, I am right, others are wrong? How can you say that? Because this wrong and right division stays in mind. It's only there in mind. Mind is divided indeed. Mind has division. But it doesn't mean that person is divided from you. That person is not divided, but the mind is divided. The physical body is separate. So this is the experience of Swatmanam Sarvamikshate. It doesn't mean that he sees himself everywhere, means he is seeing his body and mind everywhere. No. This is not a mystic experience. This is the real experience. He is seeing his self, his consciousness, his Atma everywhere. Not the body, mind, objects. Body, mind has separation. It's always divided. So Atme Vedam Jagat Sarvam Atmano Anyad na Vidyate. This is the supreme statement of Upanishads, the highest experiential statement. So I am that Brahman. I am all pervading, omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. This is what I am. So Aham Brahmasmi, Atme Vedagam Sarvam, Atma Purastad, Atma Paschad, Atma Uttaradaha, Atma Dakshinataha, Atme Vedagam Sarvam. So there are so many verses in Upanishad which declare this experience. Yeah, so we conclude here with this verse. Harihi Om. So over to you for questions. Today I will take only one question. Yeah, carry on.
Anybody has a question, please raise your hand, unmute and ask. Arun?
Yeah,
Okay.
Hari Om Swamiji, I have one question.
Yeah, welcome. Please.
Today we discussed about one term called the Viparita Jnanam. So my question is, what is the difference between Ajnanam and Viparita Jnanam? Or basically I want to know how Jnanam can be opposite. How can it be Viparitam? If it is Jnanam, it is always Jnanam. How is it different from
Viparita Jnanam, the word meaning is contrary knowledge. So, for example, now one experience is that I am human being. So this is a knowledge, because since childhood we are experiencing that. We have no doubt on this, that I am a human being. It's proved by our own experience. Now in this condition, if somebody says, no, you are not a human being, but you are a universal being, you are everywhere. So this, the second knowledge what you got is contradicting the previous knowledge. The previous knowledge experience says, I am human being. And the new idea which came out says, you are everywhere. You are not only this body, you have all these bodies. Now it's very difficult to accept this. Okay? So this is called contradictory knowledge. And now, like I asked, no, how you know that you have experienced Brahman or not? How you know? What is the proof of that? This is because after experiencing this knowledge, if somebody doubts, like after listening to this Vedanta for a long time, your mind will make some thoughts on this, and mind will say, no, you understood it, now you experience it, and now you are Brahman, you are nothing but Brahman. So something like that, mind will try to teach, and some acceptance. Okay. Some imaginary acceptance. Let it be. So in that condition, somebody comes and called you, abuse you, and throw up the words of abuse, then you immediately react. And that person may be checking or testing your knowledge. So immediately you realize, no, I am not this, I am not this. Why you are saying like that? I am not a monkey. I am a very I am a human being, a handsome human being. What is there? So all these thoughts will come up, pop up in your mind. So now you see the contradictory there. So you are accepting that I am Brahman. Now, if the other person says you are a monkey, what is the problem? Because the monkey is also Brahman. But you can't accept it. So this is called Viparita Jnana. So in our Vedanta system, in order to teach all these differences, they bring this theory of contradictory knowledge. Viparita Jnana. So always we feel this. So therefore, until this Viparita Jnana exists, you can say there is a difficulty of accepting this knowledge. That's the problem. So, Samshaya Jnana and Viparita Jnana. There are chances for this. Yeah.
So Swamiji, is it the same as saying using a thorn to remove another thorn? Is that the same thing? All right. Swamiji, Mrs. Asha Mananji has raised her this thing. Do you have the time to take another question?
Okay, actually, today I have started my section like 6:45. So yeah. I have to do something. I have left some work left before my day off. So therefore,
we will
pardon.
We will take it as the first question next time.
We have chance, because sometimes there are no questions you can ask next section. Okay.
Next section. Yeah.
Thank you. Harihi Om. Om. Purnamataha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.